Welcome to a new watercolor lesson. I am Vanidas. In this video, we will learn how to get some unique and convincing watercolors by developing our ideas following some process. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe now and click on that bell notification icon so that you get notified whenever I upload my new videos. I am planning to upload new videos every week. So without further delay, let us get into the video. We are going to make some loose watercolor practices, applying a lot of water and some colors, dropping in a lot of colors, and we constantly evaluate what is getting formed on the paper, and we will try to make some shapes and some ideas, and we will try to get something convincing by the end of the practice. So that is the idea. Okay. See, these practices are not to be followed along to get the precise same result, because if we follow this approach, we are not going to get very similar results because these are too much loose and lot of water is into the picture. A lot of water, a lot of wet on wet, a lot of bleeding, those things are happening. So the shapes that you will get if you follow along will be different from the shape that I am getting. If I follow along the same video and do it again, I will get totally different shapes, because we can't predict how wet on wet, the two this much wet watercolors would exactly behave. That is the fun, and that is where the benefit of this practice is going to happen. The idea is that you let some shape form on the paper and look at the shape and develop next course of action. So on the way you will develop your creativity, and you will develop your visual sense, and you will come out with more and more ideas. So to begin with, I have used a cold press watercolor paper, and the size of this is approximately A4. And I have applied some water on the paper, randomly applied some water, and dropped in some colors. So I have dropped in maybe some cerulean blue, and then some red, purple, etc. Right now I am applying some greenish blue, and the idea now why I picked up greenish blue is I am getting an idea that this area where I am currently working should be some sort of sea water sort of thing. Okay. So wherever I need some soft edges, I am just dragging a piece of tissue paper so that sharp edges could be removed, and we will get some soft edges. These soft edges will create a lot of interest in watercolors. So better make soft edges your friend. Okay. Now, since it is an idea of water, I am thinking that it could be a little bit of a sort of disturbed water, and let there be some sort of idea for a boat. That is what the idea that I am getting. When you follow along, you don't try to make water and boat. You try to see what is the idea that you are getting, looking at your paper, and what is formed on your paper. Try to get some idea, and try to believe in your idea, and then try to proceed. See, if it fails, no problem. So if the ideas doesn't work, that is quite natural, because initially the ideas won't work. If you keep on practicing, and if you keep on believing that your ideas are going to work, then you will soon find that your ideas are actually working. So it all depends upon your idea development, the practices, the strength of your belief, the confidence of your brushworks. All those things matters. So this seems to be a little bit of a boat now. It is not a very well defined, precisely drawn boat, just idea. It is sometimes very interesting if the elements are not well defined. It is sort of visible as well as lost. It is lost and found sort of edges. Really makes it interesting. Now what else we need to do? We need to add some more interest. That is what I am thinking. What kind of interest I should add now? Okay, so I think there should be a couple of people in performing some actions and some other ornamentation to the boat probably. So I'm just thinking what I should know, what I should do next. Couple of seconds, maybe a minute's thinking will surely make it worthwhile. And there are two options that I am finding now. One is that I add some vertical elements to the board, some kind of pole or some strings and other things. I don't know what they are technically called. And then I can also add some figures. Okay, so let us go with some pole now, and I'm using a smaller brush now because it's a detail and it's a dry brush work. Okay, so until now we were more dependent on wet kind of approach. Now for the details I am using dry brushworks. See, the dry brushworks also has very interesting characteristics. You will find that a lot of whites seen in between, because the dry brushwork doesn't create a solid mark on the paper, because the paper has a texture and dry brush has less pigment on the brush, so some of the paper whites will be seen through. That creates a unique texture. Now with this in place, I think we should go for some figures, and again I'm using a small round brush and I'm trying to get some shape of figure. And these figures are again not very well defined. It is just trying out the idea. Some maybe a person bending little forward, okay, and performing some action, because see, the boat is little disturbed now, so there should be some sort of action the people will be doing, maybe to balance, to counterbalance the movement of the boat. Maybe they are performing some action. That's it. Okay, so I really do not know what they are doing, but they have to do something. So try to think your ideas. And as I told, when you follow it along, don't follow my approach. Think what is suitable for your artwork, because something different will be now at this point. What is seen on your paper will be something different. So depending upon what is formed in your paper, make some drawing. Okay. So here I have suggested a couple of figures, maybe two figures closer to us and a couple of figures farther away to the other edge of the boat. So that is the kind of suggestions. Okay, here also for the figures also I am trying to create a little lost and found edges. As I told, that gives a lot of interest. I think we are pretty much done, to be frank, because it conveys something. Okay, it creates some story, and the rest of the story the viewers can actually fill in. Okay, we don't have to tell everything. Okay, so let the viewer also decide certain things, and let us add some details like some of the faces. See, these are some kind of refinement to the elements that we have added. It is not essential. To what extent we do it is up to you. Okay, so try to, I have a tendency to follow whatever my mind says. Sometimes it may not work, it may spoil, but don't worry, that it is by making mistakes only we learn, right? So don't worry about mistakes, and don't expect that for your first attempt you will get something very beautiful and convincing. It takes a lot of effort to actually get something convincing and unique, as I told at the beginning. To actually get it done, it may not happen in your first attempt. It may take a couple of unhappy attempts. Then you will find that more and more frequently you are getting convincing results. So I'm not really worried about the precise colors I'm using. For the red, I am using maybe some of the scarlet red or vermilion red, and for the face and other things, I'm using a little bit of orange. Okay, and for the poles and other dry brushworks, I used burnt sienna and maybe a touch of Payne's grey. And for the figures, darker touches for the figures, I used Payne's grey. So these are the colors I have used, but you use your colors. Okay, the objective of this video and the exercise is just to show an approach. It is not precisely to say that this is what the exact brushworks that you have to do when you practice. The actual brushworks and actual elements will differ, but this is a kind of an approach, demonstrating an approach. You just take that you understand the approach, not precisely the same elements. It may be little vague, but if you get it, then I think it is going to benefit. These are maybe some kind of disturbed water, and I am spraying some mist too, so that I get some soft edges. I don't want. My objective is not to get very much precise elements. Okay, the precise element is only for the focal element, and rest of the things I just wanted to get a lot of lost and found things. Some touches of white actually. See the white, it is a watercolor white. Why I put white is an opaque and a little bit of a heavy pigment. So if you drop in some white within a wet area, it pulls the other pigments away and it creates some interesting effect. And on a dry area, if you put white, it gives some kind of a highlight. I think I am pretty much done. Some kind of creating interest with the whites. Okay, it is watercolor white, not gouache. And yeah, that's it for I think today's demonstration. Should we do something? I don't know what if I should do something. See, this is not a well planned, so I'm just thinking if I should do anything more. I know it looks convincing to me now. I should ideally stop. Okay, but we can still evaluate if you actually wish, and the purpose is just to keep on experimenting. So I'm just thinking if something else I can do. I know there is a very good chance that I may spoil it. It may not look as pretty if I modify it, but see, that is the fun of doing it. That is where the learning becomes. Okay, see, the moment you realize that okay, if beyond some point if I do, it is making it is spoiling it, then that's again a learning. That is where you should. That is what you should know. If you are finding value in these tutorials, please subscribe to my channel and click on that bell notification icon, and so you will get notified for all my future videos. I am planning to release videos as frequently as possible, at least a couple once in a week. I am planning to upload the videos. Please subscribe to my channel and let me know your views, your thoughts, your suggestions, etc. as your comments. Your comments and shares, likes are going to take this video to a wider audience, and that will immensely help and motivate me to create more videos. Right? I just want to create some more lost edges, because there are a lot of contrast on the some part of the pole and the strings. I just wanted to create some lost edges there also. It is a thought process I got, and I am just trying it out. As I told, whatever we are going to do from now, there is a very good chance that it might the result may not be as pretty, but that is the practice. Okay, that is what we are trying to learn. To what extent we should do, to what extent we should, beyond which, it may spoil. A lot of things we learn by the process. Okay, anything else I should do? Actually, when to stop the painting is the moment you keep asking yourself what next, what should I do, anything, what I should do next. If that makes you thinking, probably it is an indication that you should stop. Should we add some more darker tones anywhere? I'm just thinking if you should add little bit more darker tone to the board. I think it didn't work. It didn't work. It wasn't as good. It sort of spoiled, I think, but nevertheless, we can't leave it half the way. Let us make a little warmer red color to get some interest, to compensate for the dark that we have added. Okay, not as bad, but yeah. I think some dark touches can help. Okay, this is what I told. If you do more, there is a good chance that it might spoil, and I think it's better we show that process also. Okay, I think it is okay. It is still convincing, and I think that is okay. Maybe some texture with water. Okay, some interest. Splashing water. So what I am doing is I am dipping my finger into the water container and just splashing it. Okay, you cannot very much control it. The water may fall in various part of the paper, and it might create some texture. I think it is interesting now, and it is good enough. We should stop it, and I have stopped it now. Okay, so hope this video was informative, and it explains some a process by which you can create your own unique and interesting artworks. So please let me know your thoughts. If you have any comments, suggestions, let me know, and I will try to get back and respond to your comments as early as possible. We will stop now, and I hope to see you in next video. So thank you very much. Bye bye.